Second violins, this is part 3 of Christmas Dreidel. We've talked about the rhythms that you have at 58, right? Because it's the same exact thing you had at 32, where you play on the and of 1. So you have 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And luckily here the notes are pretty easy. You have E, D, E, D, 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 G, G, and then a B flat A, and that's going to be a low 1 on the A string to open A. And then at 64, you get the melody with the first violins. Now the tricky part in this is that you have to make sure if you have the moving line, right, you bring out the melody, but somebody else in the orchestra is going to be having an elongated version of the melody. So don't get thrown off by their held notes. You'll see that later on at about 76, you'll have the elongated version of the melody where somebody else moves, okay? So again, just be conscious in counting your part. So at 64, we're in the key of D major. So you have D, D, E, F sharp, and you can actually slur, obviously, at 65, down, up, right? Then at 66, you have D. Try to do all the slurs that are there, okay? Because at 66, you have down, up, down, up, down, up, down. At 68, it's like the same thing again. 70. 72, count carefully because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and kind of like you had in the beginning. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again, that's D, A, D, A, D, A, right? 3, 0. So play with me from 72 on an up bow, again, on that A, so that you can pick up into a down bow. So at 72, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, go to a B, C sharp, and then you're at 76. 1, 2, A, F sharp, D, C sharp, B, A. Here they want you to lift for another down bow quickly. A, F sharp. So again, I would practice saying the notes out loud before you play them because these notes are fairly easy, right? As long as you can say them, like at 76, A, F, A, F, A, F, D, C, B, A. You should be able to find them on your instrument or say the fingering, right? Again, at 85, you have the melody again. Sorry, measure 86. So you have starting on G this time, because we're now in the key of G major, so make sure that at 87, when you have C, that's a low 2. So at 86, you have G, G, A, B, G, G, B, A, B, C natural, D, so that's a low 2. Then you go to a low 2 on the E string, right? Low 2, right? So again, make sure you don't play C sharp. This is C sharp, this is C natural. So play with me again at 89. You have B, A, G, D, D, B. That's like that Dreidel rhythm, right? G on the E string. So here you get a lot of notes on the A string and the E string, okay? So just make sure you know where those notes are so you can play them. At measure 94, you have a C natural, half note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, then we're back in 2. And at measure 96, you have almost what you had in the beginning, right? So you have 1, 2, 1, 2, and again, right? Be ready for that and. And you have D, G, G, A, D. Then you're back on the E string, 4th finger, going to a low 2, right? So you have B, G, B, G, B, G, B, G. Here it gets a little more complicated. You go from G to a low 4 on A for E flat. Okay, so a low 4, if you have tape for 4th finger, would be underneath the tape. Okay, it's like high 3. Right, so you have G, E flat, again, keeping your fingers down across the strings. Then a low 1, F natural to D. We've done this before. Low 1 on E to 3 on A. And then rest. And that's D, C natural, low 2, rest. 1, 2, 1. And you play on beat 2. So you have 1, 2, 1, G. Okay? So again, count all of your rhythms carefully. Watch all of your notes, because especially from 96 to the end, you have a lot of flats and naturals and things that you have to watch out for in the sense of lowering your fingers. So just make sure that you're listening to make sure you're playing the right note, okay? I mean, you can't play F sharp if it's supposed to be F natural, and you can't play regular 4 if it's supposed to be low 4, okay? So keep that in mind and practice in all the ways we had before. Do your air bowing, say the notes out loud, and say the fingerings out loud, okay? Other than that, happy practicing.